Welcome to the Holy Shhh Podcast, AEW Dynamite post show. It's your boy ABE from DET.
I am that bald bro from the NYC.
Shout out, Bald Bro. Appreciate coming on here tonight with me. AEW Dynamite's in the book. Decent show, man. Wasn't bad at all.
Pretty good show, and I gotta say the venue they had in Cincinnati tonight, pretty dope setting. I love those small little intimate arenas right there. That second deck looked cool. Gave it like a fight club setting. Good atmosphere. I think pretty decent crowd for the night. But yeah, I'd give the yeah I dug the scenery tonight.
Yeah, those smaller venues are gonna work perfect for AEW. Shut everybody up. Oh, half the arena's empty. Okay, shut up now. It's gonna have a good feel to it. Make it happen.
Hmm.
Kenny Omega starts off AEW Dynamite defeating Brian Cage, and afterwards the Don Callis family gets involved until Will Ospreay comes down to make the save. But the number game, it always wins. Whoever has the numbers always wins, and that's exactly what happened. Don Callis family got the advantage, laid both of them jabronis out, and stood tall. Bro, your thoughts on the start of Dynamite?
Listen, Kenny Omega back on our TV screen wrestling. The world is right. It just feels good to see him out there wrestle. And you couldn't have a better opponent, in my opinion, than Brian Cage. I mean, Brian Cage is the dude that you need on your roster. A guy that whoever you throw him in the ring with, he's gonna look good. His opponent's gonna look good. I mean, he could do whatever you ask him to. I mean, whether it's to go over or put someone over. I mean, like I said, you couldn't have a better opponent for Omega for his first match back. And I like, Omega, he didn't do too much. He did what he had to do tonight. Like, the next few weeks, a couple months, I think it's more about Kenny, kind of getting his legs back underneath him. It's only been a couple of matches now, for everyone wanting Tony Khan and Ava to pivot from the main event to put Kenny back on top immediately. Like, we got to pump the brakes on that. We got to make sure. First off, let's make sure it makes sense because you can't I understand complaining about the main event not being what you want it to be, but you can't, on the other hand, also complain that if Omega give him the belt immediately, then you're going to complain, where's the story behind that?
Right.
You're always going to find something to complain. I say, let's enjoy the journey. Let's enjoy the fact that he's back, okay? That he's on our TV screens. And listen, I love the dynamic of Ospreay helping out Omega. Like that they're playing the long game with those two right there.
Right.
Get the little little union right now. Little the enemy of my enemy is my friend. That old saying. I'm pretty sure I said it wrong, but listen, I'm all for those two. Like just teaming up right now, take down Don Callis family. Like I said, it gives Omega, little time, just to great reminder for all the fan base what he can do. And like I said, you're playing the long game with those two when we do get that match down the road. But
Definitely.
hey, let them unite, take down the Don Callis family so they could move on to bigger and better things in the future.
Definitely. But I just love seeing, like you said, Kenny Omega just healthy in a ring, wrestling. Enjoy the moment, people. One of the greatest of all times. And what he went through, he shouldn't be doing what he's doing today. So let's just be thankful we still got him.
You know what this is right here? This is the amount of intestines that was removed from Kenny Omega. 2 feet
Two
of
feet.
intestines was removed from this man. Let's be grateful that not just he's wrestling, the fact that he's still with us here. Like, let's take our time where we're gonna go with Omega. Listen, as long as he's a constant figure in whatever plans they got going, I'm fine with that. It's more about the journey than the destination.
Definitely.
Let's enjoy the journey wherever it goes from here.
100%. Another journey that I am enjoying is Ricochet, aka Travis. I'm enjoying everything about this. He comes out to a sea of booze, says a few words, but then out of nowhere, Prince Nana of all people comes from behind, lays him out with a chair. Swerve comes down, to pick the bones. Ricochet comes to, manages to escape, but Swerve, Ricochet, it is heating up. Ricochet People said it couldn't be done. They said this man couldn't make it happen. He doesn't got what it takes. No, he just needed the proper setting. Somebody who knows how to tap into who he is. Don't make him portray something else. Figure out who he is. Emphasize that character. Makes everything easy. And I think that's what we're getting right here with Ricochet. It's just getting over, man. Ball, bro, your thoughts?
I mean, dude, just go back to Ricochet's entrance and him standing in the ring. What was it about? Almost 4 or 5 minutes of him just looking around, getting booed. Every time he raises the microphone up, he gets booed louder and louder. Like, I mean, that's with Ricochet, you have to associate the word patience. All right.
Yeah,
There's, we like to jump the gun, when something doesn't go right in the first 5 minutes, it's a failure, it's a bust, it's time to move on. Ricochet is one of the best examples in wrestling right now where give it time, let it develop, let's see how it plays out a little bit. And now it's paying off right in front of our screen. I mean, he didn't see anything for 4 or 5 minutes, and he had the crowd in the palm of his hand. Like he let his actions speak louder than his words, showing the picture of Swerve gushing from the golden scissors. If you notice, he still had those scissors in his square pocket right there. And like I said, he weaseled out. He escaped. Now we get the match in 3 weeks with him and Swerve on Dynamite, but I don't think it's gonna be a. I don't think this is gonna go down like as a basic match on Dynamite. I think we're gonna get some funny business that's gonna extend it further down the line because, all due respect to Dynamite, this is way too big of a match in a program to have like in a few weeks in Atlanta. So I
definitely.
say there's going to be more developments, more to add to the story in the next few
And
weeks.
I could still see the Hurt Business getting involved with this. It's not over yet. It's
Mhm.
not over yet.
Yeah, same here, man. Like I said, that's a big feather in Ricochet's cap if he's the one that if he could take out Swerve, just like Lashley did at Full Gear. So you never know. MVP might have his eyes um, on what Ricochet's doing, along with the Hurt Business going after the tag title. So, yeah, like you said, man, it might not be over between them. Maybe MVP has second thoughts, has a change of heart in the future, but we shall see.
Tony Hayes says Brian Cage looks great. He needs to go to WWE at some point. I don't know. We'll see. He got to work on that mic, that presentation. That's big up there.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like I said, presentation is more than anything that's going to get you over in that company. So it's like he's perfect where he is now. And I mean, listen, both companies have a similar issue. Like they have talent that needs screen time that's not getting a lot of it right now. So I mean, him moving from one company to another wouldn't benefit Brian Cage as much either. So I think he's in a perfect spot where he's at right now.
Agree. We were just talking about Ricochet, and then they might not be over with the Hurt Syndicate, and just coincidentally, they're up next, and MVP laces up the boots again to get back in the ring with the Hurt Syndicate. I think I said business, but the Hurt Syndicate. They defeat Private Party and Mark Briscoe in a trio match, setting their tag team title trail on fire. We're on a collision course. Private Party, Hurt Syndicate tag titles. Your thoughts on this?
Man, like MVP looked great in the ring tonight. I mean, it looked like he's still in great shape. He could work, man. It looked like he hasn't missed a beat at all. I mean, it was a plus seeing him in the ring, and like you said, this match, Private Party, I think they look good. We finally got some focus on Private Party and the tag division, so that's a good step in the right direction. I mean, as far as whether I think the syndicate should go over or not, I'm not sure yet. But like I said, it might not be the worst thing to put some gold on the Hurt Syndicate. I mean, listen, they're probably the most over act right now in AEW. So put a little gold on them right now would just boost that aura in their presentation, and then we'll see where we go from there. But I mean, the action overall I think was pretty good in Shira's match. I mean, listen, Quinn and Zay, they've improved greatly. I think they did great in this match, but I mean, just too much power in the Hurt Syndicate, so I think that's going to be a problem when they eventually do have that tag title match.
Definitely, definitely. I got a couple comments. Tony Hayes says the Hurt Business Hurt Syndicate equals same thing. Then he says those three would F up the entire AEW locker room. I think he's talking about Benjamin, Lashley, MVP. Yeah, that's a powerful trio.
I mean, yeah, the
They
hell,
know their stuff. They know their
but
stuff in real life, so to say.
yeah, what the hell, Bobby Lashley's an undefeated MMA fighter. Shelton Benjamin is an All-American wrestler. I mean, MVP, I think.
Minnesota,
Yeah, Minnesota. Golden Gopher. And MVP. I think. What Jiu-Jitsu
black belt.
black belt, if I'm correct. Yeah, like they're not just because of their stature and their size. Like, dude, they are all legit ass kickers who could not just AEW's locker room, any locker room that you put them in. So yeah, I mean that's just a fact in my opinion.
Yep. Shout out Wrestling Today podcast. He says Hurt Syndicate gonna take those titles. I agree with you, brother, 1000%. But next up, man, this sick SOB MJF, Jeff Jarrett
Mm.
going at it, bringing girlfriends into it, all type of low levels. Can I just get your thoughts, your overall thoughts of this segment? I don't even want to talk about it much. I just been waiting to hear what you got to say about this.
They had me in the beginning, towards the middle. I think there was too much filler. I think it went too long, in my opinion. They could have cut, I'd say, a good 5 to 7 minutes, 5 to 7 minutes in this little promo exchange. I mean, it was a good beginning, good ending, but there was some fluff in the middle that they could have cut. I'd say a good 5 to 7 minutes. Maybe there was a timing issue. Maybe they had extra time in their hand. That's why they went a little longer than usual. But yeah, if they would have cut some of that in the middle, I would have been fine with it.
Yeah, I
But
felt the same.
yeah, a little too long. But like I said,
Yep.
good beginning, good ending. I like the touch at the end with MJF putting hands on Karen Jarrett. I mean,
Yeah.
that's kind of a listen. That's kind of a rarity in wrestling
Yeah.
today. It's not like the old Attitude Era, like Ruthless Aggression era, where the hands were for everybody. But yeah, I mean, nice little touch right there. But yeah, like I said, a little bit too long for my liking.
Definitely. Shout out to Herschel on TikTok and shout out Wiccan. He says Kurt Angle caught strays and
Oh
was like,
yeah.
"What did I do?" Yes, he did, Wiccan.
Yeah, I don't even know if we could repeat that line that MJF
Right.
said. Like shit,
Oh man, it was something about Olympic heroes. I'm not even gonna go there,
and yeah.
but hey, real life brought to the ring
hmm
via MJF. But yeah, that feud seems to be on fire a little bit. But another feud that's been going for a while is Hook, the patriarch, Taz getting hurt. Seemed like it was coming to an end. Hook and Christian Kane, but it ends in a DQ. As we all know, the patriarch, they got involved. And just when you thought Taz was about to throw the headphones off, jump in the ring, to the rescue comes the returning Samoa Joe. This was probably one of my most favorite moments of tonight, the whole show. Just Joe being back, the chants. I've been watching a lot of old ROH Samoa Joe stuff. And just since he's been gone, man, and now that he's back, I think that he's about to go on a nice run. Might get one more title reign in him. You might see him sneak in and do something. But your thoughts on Samoa Joe, the whole finish of Christian Cage and Hook and a DQ?
I think we talked about it last time that this Hook and Christian Cage little feud, it needed something. It needed a little extra something, give it some juice. I felt it was a little lifeless at times, and then boom, Samoa Joe comes, kicks the door in, and gets involved. And let's be honest, I mean, it was kind of a blow to Hook when Samoa Joe left to film season 2 of Twisted Metal, because when it was the trio of him, Hook and Shibata, like that, I love that trio. I think they work great together. I think they work as a trio very effectively together. But I like the DQ finish because of Joe and Shibata coming out at the end. So
Right.
you're gonna extend the feud a little bit, and now you add more interest, because anything with Samoa Joe, we all know is gonna be good no matter what it is. So like I said, I think this will benefit Hook down the line, and it gives Christian Cage still a little something to do in the meantime while he still has that contract, while the whole Death Riders and main event scene is sorting itself out. He'll strike when the time is right. But
Definitely.
like I said, thank God Samoa Joe is back. It's a big benefit for hook. It makes them a little bit more interesting, gives them a little bit more character depth because they, like I said, they work well off of each other, and I'm excited to see where it goes from here.
Definitely, definitely. Next up after that, we got the women's casino gauntlet match with the champ herself ringside. And of all people, Tony Storm wins the casino gauntlet match and will fight her protege in Australia for that women's world title. This was a great match. To me, the highlight was Bane. Is it just me or
Yes. Oh no.
she
Oh hell yeah.
she looked phenomenal. I mean, just top tier star written all over her, man. Am I over exaggerating this, Bob, bro?
You are not. So little background. This past summer, I went to House of Glory was here in Queens. Like I saw her wrestle live in person. Like, dude, she is the real deal. And my God, you could not have. I mean, like I said, when she came out and her and Statlander had that little interaction for a couple minutes. I'm like, first off, Tony, why have we not gotten that match graphic yet between Statlander or Bane? Like, because that's gonna be a certified hood classic when it takes place. But
Yep.
real quick on the whole gauntlet match, like, I love the fact that I think it was about what 8 to 10 women who entered.
Yeah.
All of the women who are in this match, all hits, no misses. These are women, most of them were former champions, whether it's the world title or TBS title or overacts like Harley Cameron. I mean, there was no wasted space in this
It,
match at
it
all.
made the match meaningful.
Exactly. Like I said, I mean, with all due respect to kind of the lower tier talent in the women's roster, no, everyone was either mid to top tier in this match. It meant everything. It meant, it made it that much bigger of a deal. And I'm pretty sure no surprise that Tony won the match. But
Was
like
that
I
the right
said,
person?
I say I say yeah because Mariah's title reign. I think it's been a little flat right now, so I think you had a little more interest with running back the rivalry between
Yeah.
herself and Tony Storm. But like I said, I'm excited for the women's division going forward. If Megan Baines adds this division along with a Statlander, Jamie Hayter, Willow, Julia Hart, Harley Cameron, and think of all the great women who weren't in this match. I mean, there's no reason why these women should not be at the forefront of not just Dynamite,
Thunder
Collision,
Rosa.
Thunder Rosa, Athena, Queen Aminata. I
All
mean,
right, it goes
bro,
on and on, man.
on and on. Like I said, we talked about this before between the AEW women's roster and NXT women's roster. As far as talent, they're neck and neck. It's all on the booking. That's why I give NXT the slight tick right now.
But they
But
right there.
but like I said, if they get their booking right, they are right
They
there. They
are
could
right there.
compete with them. Or I'll be honest, if they're like right there, I would just talent alone, I might give the slight edge to AEW. But I
Right.
mean, great. I like I said, right decision, and I'm excited for the women's division going forward.
Shout out Light Skin Gauging on Instagram. What up, brother?
So, boss.
Yeah, man. Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely. But can you break down though the main event of the evening for us, man?
All right, so we for the main event we got Powerhouse Will Hobbs, the winner of the men's casino battle royal, to take on John Moxley for the AEW World Heavyweight title. Start out the match, you have the numbers game already taking effect. You have the Death Riders surrounding the ring, distracting Will Hobbs. Moxley takes advantage, of course. Little back and forth slugfest as we expected between Hobbs and Moxley. Got very graphic at one point.
Did
Hobbs has Mox in the corner, and the camera angle with the perfect overhead angle bites Moxley's ear. They come back from commercial, and his ear is just flowing, just gushing, man, just outpouring red. But it's a John Moxley match, so we shouldn't be surprised
right.
by blood at this point. And it is what it is. Death Riders with the numbers game. Wheeler Yuta comes out, hits a knee on the outside. Couple of finishers by Mox. Hobbs, to his credit, he kept kicking out, kept fighting the fight, kept staying strong, but could not overcome the Bulldog choke by Moxley. He remember this, he passed out. He did not get pinned. He did not tap out. He passed out from the
Went out
fall
on his
guard. So
shield.
went out on his shield, So listen, I mean, obviously Moxley wins, retains the world heavyweight title. A great showing from Powerhouse Hobbs in the past couple weeks, from the gauntlet match to the one-on-one match with Moxley. I think he has a bright future ahead of him, and now I understand where does things need to change with the main event. Yes, but I am not for hot shotting the world heavyweight title, just throwing it on someone because you don't like how the main event's going on right now.
Right.
Because you complain about this for now, but if you throw the belt on Omega in a couple of weeks or the next pay-per-view or the one after that in Revolution, then you're just going to complain, what was the story? What was the reason for him getting the belt? Why are you just hot-shotting your angles right there? Like, I understand we don't like it where it's now, but like I said, it's more about the journey toward than the end. If you do Omega winning the title, that's it. It's the end right there.
Right.
Okay? And I just don't get the attacks on guys like John Moxley saying that he's washed, he's trash on it because you don't like the story. This man has been the most reliable asset to Tony Khan in AEW as far as talent. When everything was going bad with all the brawl out stuff between the Elite and CM Punk, all that nonsense, who did Tony Khan go to steer the ship in the right direction, to keep things afloat? It was John Moxley. At that time, if I'm right, he was working on a handshake agreement. He wasn't. I don't even think he re-signed yet. He could have effed off and left to wherever he was with all this nonsense. Nope. He stood. He helped out the company. He did the honors. He dropped the title to MJF at Full Gear. A couple months later, he's been the most reliable hand. So you know what? I think if anyone has earned a little bit of patience to see where the story goes, I think it's John Moxley. That's my opinion. So there's so much hysteria, so much just off the wall, batshit suggestions. Like, first off, everyone's yelling, pivot. Tony needs to pivot. Tony needs to pivot. Pivot this, pivot that. But none of you have an answer to pivot to what? Pivot to what? Like, that's the problem with a lot of us wrestling fans. We think we know. We think we're in the know-how. We think we know what's going on, where the obvious destination is. And I say this respectfully, but in reality, a lot of us fans don't know shit. Okay?
Yeah.
Just calm the fuck down. I'm not saying you can't complain about it, but don't you guys are going off the walls, man. Let's just take it 1 week at a time. A lot of you, exactly, man. You think that Tony's gonna wait until Darby comes back from climbing Mount Everest in 4 to 6 months to wait to give him the title, have him the one to take down Mox? Listen, I don't wish this upon Darby, but there's a chance that, what if Darby don't come back?
Right.
Sorry, I mean, it's a dangerous endeavor.
It is dangerous.
I mean, it ain't no damn guarantee. First off,
Right.
he's taking a couple months to train to climb the damn mountain. Then it takes even the same amount of time to climb that son of a bitch. So
Tony Khan better send him with one of them damn life alerts they be giving old people when he up there.
Oh man,
I'm down.
I'm done. I can't get up.
Right.
Jesus.
Oh man, but yeah, man, that's gonna be interesting. Shout out, what's his name? Ansel Cavill 5 on Instagram. He said, "Who's your favorite wrestler?" Currently, my favorite is Cody. Of all time, Shawn Michaels. You got one current all time?
Current, I mean, I don't know. He's kind of semi-retired. I don't know if he is. I mean, I'll cheat. I'll say current, Bryan Danielson. All time, Bret the Hitman Hart.
Great pick. Scale of 1 to 10. What you giving Dynamite tonight?
Listen, great opener from Kenny.
Great
love
opener.
Love the women's gauntlet match.
Yep.
MVP looked great in that trios match. The promo battle between MJF and Double J went too long.
Megan Bayne.
Yeah, like I said, women's gauntlet match. Megan Bayne debuting, and they showed out in that match. I'm gonna give the match. Give it 8.5 out of 10.
8.5. Great score. I enjoyed this, man. I'm a little higher. I said it's about 9.2. I think it was an A show. It wasn't too many letdowns. The MJ, of all things, I just thought the MJF and Jeff Jarrett thing. It was just some moments in there. It was like, it was just little fillers, man. I didn't like it. I was
just close it up, just tighten it up a little bit.
Tighten it up a little bit, you know.
Like you'll get 5 minutes out of there, and I think it would have done its job.
Before we cut out of here, this is WWE business now, but this was currently AEW business. But your thoughts on Penta debut on Raw? How did you take that?
The presentation was an A+. I mean, and also, I mean, listen, the location's perfect. It's San Jose. I mean,
right.
You know, you're gonna get that. You can see why maybe they moved it a week later than the debut episode of Raw the week before in LA. I mean, listen, you couldn't have a better opponent than Chad Gable, in my opinion.
Professional wrestler.
Exactly. I mean, I think Gable can go with anyone in the ring, and I just hope that Triple H and WWE, they reward Gable this year for, you know, listen, we'll get into that another day. But listen, the presentation was great. He looked pretty good in the ring. A little iffy spots here and there, but hey, it's first night, you know, it is what it is. The only thing I didn't like the music. The music was kind of a miss for me. But you know what? Listen, the presentation was great. The look was great. My one concern is, and they're already hinting at it, is just please keep him away from Ray and the LWO for the immediate future. Like, it's like, I look what they did with Dragon Lee, in a sense. Like, he came over, I had expectations. He showed out a little bit in the beginning, and then he's wearing the LWO t-shirt. He's on the sidelines. LWO. Listen, the only way I will accept any interaction between him and Ray is if it leads to a Penta heel turn, going after Ray, want to take out, you know, one of the greatest luchadors of all time. He wants to take over that moniker. He could do that. That's fine. But I swear to God, I better not see him, like, Ray offering him an LWO shirt.
Right.
Like, no, I'm sorry. That hasn't worked yet for anyone.
Nobody.
Right now. I don't need to see that. Okay.
Not at all.
Listen, but night one, great presentation, great promo from him at the end, letting him talk. His daughter in the crowd crying was a great, you know, great touch by the cameraman. But like I said, so far I give it an A for Monday night.
Monday night, yeah, A+, man. Couldn't agree more. But that's it for us tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Wherever you stream your podcast, make sure you head there. Check out Bald Bro, co-host, group chat wrestling podcast. Check me out, ABE from DET on the Holy Shhh Podcast. And check out all content creators, man. We got to really start supporting the space, man. We're trying to start a movement here. Let's everybody support everybody. Keep this train moving in 2025. Any last words, Bald Bro?
Well, so I know we're live on multiple outlets right now, but there is a chance that next week we might be down one outlet. Unfortunately, might be. Who knows? It might be a Hail Mary at the end. We'll see. Play one day at a time. But like my boy Abe said, like, wherever we go, man, support your fellow content creators. Listen, there's enough out there for all of us to succeed, enough for all of us to eat, to enjoy, man. I mean, listen, at the end of the day, we do it for the love of the game. We love professional wrestling, whether we're gonna continue on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, wherever we do it. We will be here no matter what. And if the ride is over on TikTok, for any of my followers watching that, it was a hell of a ride. I enjoyed every minute of it. I made so many great new friends, so many awesome content creators I've got to know, personally, work with, done great collab work with. But you know what? Like I said, it's just a fork in the road, man. We're gonna keep on trucking. We're gonna keep on moving, and we're gonna keep on. Like I said, we're gonna keep doing it for the love of the game.
On to the next episode.
Mm-hmm.
Until then, though, it's your boy AB from DET.
And I am that Bald Bro from the NYC.
You guys have been tuned in to the Holy Shhh Podcast, AEW Dynamite Post. Media.